Yo, what's going on, goats? It's Grant back with another Black Ops 7 Zombies video, and today we will cover all the best working glitches worth utilizing before the upcoming patch. In total, I have 4 glitches fully covered for everyone to take advantage of, with a combination of both solo and squad methods that will allow you to rack up tons of XP, complete all the mastery camos, and even push for high rounds. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Do you want to max out all of your weapons to level 50 and unlock the new Infestation Camo ASAP? Then check out MITCH CACTUS. They are absolutely the biggest and most reliable in Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty. Whether you want to increase your own level to 500, get help completing challenges, or even the campaign, they've got you covered. Being completely safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, they are super trusted by the community. You may have even seen them all over YouTube for good reason. With over 20,000 reviews and thousands of personalized vouchers, they're the go-to for all things Battlefield and Call of Duty. Use code GRAND5 for 5% off, and check out their current Black Friday sale to earn up to 60% off for a limited time. Once you've loaded into Ashes of the Damned, simply proceed through the map as normal, getting Tessie, and then making your way over to Blackwater Lake. This glitch can be done in either solo or squad games, and at least 3 of your players can be in the pile-up at any given moment. A big shout out to my good friend Baby Call Me Drama, as he devised a method to actually block the bears from entering the map, which we'll be covering later in the video. Now, if you're on mouse and keyboard, it can be difficult to make micro adjustments, so if you've seen this glitch elsewhere but are struggling to find the perfect alignment, don't worry, as after some testing, your boy Grant has found the ideal spot to line up in, which works 99% of the time, every time. All you have to do is come to this little dock here next to the crafting table and position yourself at the end so that your compass reads between 20 and 30 degrees. Then align your crosshair up with the line on the pole like so. If you do this and back up far enough without falling off, you'll notice not only will the zombies pile up directly in front of you, but they will also rarely ever hit you, and if they do, it's usually only once or twice, so there's no real cause for concern. Now, if you want to do this glitch as a squad, it's pretty simple. Have your friend get into the glitch like so, lining themselves up where they can't be hit. After they get set up, all you have to do is approach and align yourself using the method I've showcased, centering yourself with the line on the pole. From here, you're free to go on a farming spree, unlocking all those augments, camos, and leveling straight to master prestige as a squad. If you end up struggling with the bears, I recommend getting Napalm Burst on one of your weapons and or trying to get your knife pack-a-punched with an increased rarity, as it absolutely shreds through their health. But as you can see, even with 4 bears, the block-off method does still work in duo games. Just be careful, as if you approach too closely, you will draw aggro from the bears and they will push the truck away, entering the map. With 2 people in the right setup though, it's not a big deal to swiftly handle them and get right back to farming all the XP you desire. If you find yourself displeased with the results of the positioning of the truck, go ahead and turn it around 180 degrees and back it up to the same position and see how that works. Another benefit of having 2 people in this spot, you are able to safely and securely remain within the glitch during special rounds. That way you don't have to jump down or waste any time. Because as I stated before, not only can Ravagers hit you, but so can crawlers. Like I noted yesterday, this spot is perfect for critical and knife kills, but if you happen to finish up your knives and this spot is still unpatched, I highly recommend getting started on those launchers. As I mentioned before, we have devised a method to block the bears off, stopping them from entering the map, so I'll go ahead and explain how to do that now. Simply grab old Tessie here and place her against the outer fence like so. If done right, this will stop the bears from being able to enter, as you can see. Just be careful, as the bear can teleport in if you get too far away from the farming location. If the bear does happen to get in whilst you're still in the pile-up, I would recommend trying to get toxic growth down at the front of the dock, as this will slow it and allow you to kill it easier. For our next glitch, we have a solo or squad god mode pile-up glitch, utilizing our good friend Klaus here, that you can walk in and out of at will. You can even set this one up to go AFK with the help of a macro, but stay tuned, as this isn't the only AFK glitch I have to show. This one is perfect for pushing high rounds, farming XP, and even unlocking those mastery camos as you desire. This is for sure one of the best working glitches to date, so whilst Double XP Weekend is still rolling and it remains unpatched, take advantage, because we won't see anything like this till Astra Malorum. This glitch does have a quite arduous process to get set up, requiring that you go through all the Easter egg steps. However, once complete, this glitch is 100% worth it, allowing you to push super high rounds and even master prestige off this one game. This glitch may not work for you in curse mode though, so I'd advise you avoid wasting your time and try sticking to standard. Best part, if you get this going in a solo game, you can even save and quit, only to come back and farm some more whilst it remains unpatched. You'll also be able to farm with your squad in this location, but more on that later. As I mentioned, you can AFK in this spot with the help of a macro, but there are a few things you'll need to know to succeed in this, so stay tuned as I cover it all in this video. So for this one, we will need to progress through the Ashes Easter egg, which can be quite frustrating, but overall isn't too hard. I managed to get everything set up by about round 17, having taken me around an hour to reach the final step and enter the glitch, and this was without the usage of gobblegums, running solo. Now once you get to the final step in the Easter egg, hold off, as this is where the magic happens. Once you've hit all the reels, go ahead and call in Klaus, as usual, and take him upstairs to the little box. If you place him like so, he will grab a part, which signifies the completion of the Easter egg steps leading up to the boss fight. After this, he will make his way out back, and await you to interact in order to begin the final encounter. Just wait for him here in the corner, and for the God Mode glitch, you'll simply want to jump behind him like so. As long as you remain behind his hitbox, the zombies and bears will not be able to directly hit you. Cool thing is, this one is walk in, walk out as you please, so at any time you can just hop out and jump back in when you're ready to continue farming. Ether Shroud can be a big help if you need to do this mid-round. In addition, everything will pile up directly in front of you, making for easy kills, allowing you to unlock those camos, farm XP, or simply push for high rounds. Now if you don't get the perfect alignment inside of Klaus's body, then the bear will be able to push you. Not to mention, as typical, the bees will be able to damage you here, but they really shouldn't be all that much of a problem. Make sure you are fully inside his body like so, and you should be good. As you can see, the only reason this spot isn't perfect for AFK farming has to do with the bear and zombies squeezing in, shifting you around, or making you susceptible to damage. However, if you can find the perfect spot like so, as long as you can set up a macro to auto shoot and recall the Necrofluid Gauntlet spikes, you could sit here farming for days if you wanted. I do find it best to swap over to third person if you do decide to use this method though, as it makes seeing things a lot easier. You shouldn't have too much trouble staying in alignment while switched over either. If you're looking to simply farm out some camos on regular weapons, you have two choices for how you might want to approach farming. You can either sit inside Klaus as you see here, or you can use the spot behind you, which can also be utilized by a squad mate to farm with this glitch in co-op. Just like our special little poll method over on the dock Pile-Up, this one has a special lineup I tested just for you guys, so you don't get hit by any zombies. If you jump up and get your crosshair centered on the top of the pole here, where you see the snow peak, you'll be ready to go every time. You can even farm up here with the wonder weapon as well, you just have to be aware and make sure you're extra careful, as the bear can send you flying off the edge. If you do run this one co-op, then the bear can still push you off the ledge, but whoever happens to be within Klaus will be safe to handle Yogi swiftly. Just make sure you're equipped to handle him properly, and you shouldn't have too much trouble. Here's some tips to help you taking the big boy down though. Get yourself Napalm Burst or Shadow Rift for an ammo mod. Utilize your field upgrades. Dark Flare and Energy Mine work tremendously. Cycle score streaks like Hand Cannon during late rounds. Also make sure you drop down those point turrets and hunter drones. Toxic Growth works pretty well too, but you'll find Dark Flare, for example, will have a little bit more value as its sustainability persists through later rounds, making it more viable. Like previously mentioned, if you are in a solo game and want to save and quit, you're free to do so, knowing that it's entirely possible to come back after loading in and re-enter the glitch. When you load back in, Klaus will be on cooldown, so it's not as simple as walking back in, but if you wait around for a bit, he'll come back online, allowing you to call him in and repeat that final Easter egg step once more, so you can get right back to grinding, goats. If you happen to struggle getting the perfect spot, here's a quick clip of where I like to sit, being lined up with the chest and making sure the player models overlap. Upon further testing, I found that if you can line up in this spot right here between Klaus's legs, but actually crouch, you'll be more protected, having a higher coverage against bear attacks. Don't worry about Ravager Rounds, as not even they can hit you in this insanely overpowered glitch. If you happen to initiate the final encounter as a solo, don't fear, as all hope is not lost. Just save and quit and repeat the process to get yourself set up. Unfortunately, as a squad you won't have access to this feature, so make sure you're extra careful as not to accept the final encounter. Following up with our next glitch here for you guys, we have the Add a Map Pile-Up glitch. I'm going to be showing you guys the perfect location to farm in so the bear can't hurt you, along with all the tips and tricks to make sure you not only succeed, but are also grinding at the most optimized efficiency level. One thing to note is that when in co-op games, there are tons of death barriers outside the map, so using this glitch is near impossible, but not fully impossible with the right setup. For now, I would certainly only recommend attempting solo so you don't waste your time or resources. Before we get straight into how you're going to get out of the map and where to farm, I highly recommend getting yourself as set up as possible, seeing as there are only 2 ways to get back in the map once you're in the glitch. So start off by getting yourself Pack-a-Punched, and then there are a few key perks I'm going to recommend, so let's cover those real quick. First of which is going to be Double Tap, which will give us access to the Double Play Minor Augment, thus giving us a chance to restore a couple of rounds worth of ammo. Next, since we're right here anyways, hop on over and pick up Vulture's Aid right quick for the Minor Augment Condor's Reach, which will actually allow us to loot items farther away, being extremely helpful when out of map. After this, jump over to Blackwater and get your hands on Speed Cola for the Augment's Phantom Reload and Prestidigitation, which fills our magazines over time and gives us a chance to not consume ammo when reloading. Finally, over at Van Dorn Farms, we're going to want to grab the Death Perception perk so that we can see all zombies through the wall we plan on shooting through. After buying these 4 perks, the Wonder Fizz will spawn in, allowing us to grab Deadshot for the Dead Again Major Augment, which can return bullets upon critical hit. Now is also the perfect time to grab additional perks you might want, like Jug or PhD if you happen to be using a splash weapon, and you can grab Elemental Pop to help clear out those zombies. One other thing you can do is upgrade your weapon's rarity as high as possible, so you can actually stay in the glitch for a while before coming back out to get whatever you need done. And if you haven't already, while you're in the area, make sure you grab yourself an armor vest as well. Super important thing to remember, you will need to at least open up the barn door before glitching out of the map because the zombies will not spawn otherwise. Right outside the window here is where we're going to be farming, since for now, it's the only known location directly next to an ammo cache. Once you're ready to do the glitch, all you'll need is to hop in old Tessie, and you'll want to drive her up the ramp here on the left in spawn, just like you're going to see me do, and you'll need to line it up frame perfect right where I am. You'll know you're in the right spot when you see the front end of the truck dip down, and the left wheel is almost inside the ledge there. When you have everything lined up as you see here, all you have to do is exit the truck, and if properly done, you should hop out and actually be on the opposite side of the fence, outside of the map. If you happen to fail, don't worry, as you can simply repeat the process until you do finally succeed. As stated before, as long as you're in solo, there are virtually no death barriers. However, if you want to know the exact path to take, go ahead and pay close attention and follow along with me now. Once out of spawn here, just jump down and head out due south following the tree line on your right. When you start to see the rocks on your left, completely avoid them as they do drop down into a hole you will get stuck in. This big rock formation on the right is the first indicator here, so hug the left side of that all the way around till you see the clearing to your left, as well as the farmhouse, and head due east to the fence line. At the fence, simply wrap all the way right till you get to the barn window, like so. Just like that, you will have arrived at the best known farming location that is accessible from outside the map. As I said before, this spot is the best because you have immediate access to ammo at a moment's notice. If you find yourself struggling to access the ammo mid-round, Ether Shroud is going to be your best friend, so make sure you have that equipped. Additionally, having scavenger smoke to conceal you will help as well. A big warning, some zombies will come outside with you wrapping the barn from that left side, so if possible, I would recommend placing a toxic growth right here to slow and kill them before they attack you. Some people opt to sit on the left side behind the wall of the barn, however, the results are inconsistent and sometimes you get hit by meat, so I prefer sitting behind the right hand barn door and shooting through, as this way you are pretty much completely safe. As you can see now, the only way the bear can even remotely damage you is with bees, so you shouldn't have to worry too much. If for whatever reason the zombies stop spawning, all you have to do is walk around to the barrier and they should begin spawning once more. Once outside of the map, there are only 2 ways I know of to get back in. You can either pop an Anywhere But Here Gobblegum, which will not only place you back into the map, but will also mean the truck is still in the glitch spot, ready for you to hop back in and jump out of the map as soon as you're ready. The only other way would be to fully save and quit and then load back in. However, as opposed to simply using it anywhere but here, you'll be placed inside the barn and the truck will be teleported to you. So make full use of your time inside the map and get any final perks you might need, as well as getting those guns fully pack-a-punch to tier 3. Since this one is so easy, all you have to do when you're ready to go back is repeat the process of driving up the ramp and aligning it just right so you can proceed farming back outside the map. There are actually 2 additional locations and strategies to farm whilst outside the map here. For the first, we prioritize camo grinding, so to make sure we can refill our ammo, we need melee macchiato with the mugging minor augment, which restores ammo upon melee kill. It's also crucial that you have the other infinite ammo augment showcased previously in the video, so if you missed that, make sure to rewind now. Once you have all your perks and are ready to go, hop outside the map and proceed over to the fence line and into the spawn area. You'll be sitting opposite of the tank here against the gate, favoring the right side towards the rock. Just like over at the barn, a few zombies will run around approaching you from your left side, being able to hit you, so it's best to get a toxic growth down like so in order to protect yourself fully. Between Condor's Reach, all the ammo augments, and melee macchiato, the ammo situation isn't too bad. If you do run out though, simply slide to the left and melee a few zombies for a couple extra rounds. Since we are outside the map, the bear still cannot directly damage us, but the bees will, so watch out for those. Otherwise, you have nothing to worry about. Moving on to our final method here, we are still going to be outside of the map. However, this one only works with the Necrofluid Gauntlet and is primarily an XP farm, but the cool part is, just like our Klaus glitch, you can set up a macro to go AFK with this one too. Once you get your hands on the wonder weapon, you will need to pack it at least once, as we'll be looking to utilize that secondary overcharged shot. You'll be fully invincible from everything besides the bees with this one, so I recommend using Rampage mode. And to get in the glitch, hop outside the map once more and follow the route I take to get to our AFK farming location. Like previously mentioned, the only ways to get out are going to be either an anywhere but here gobblegum or to save and quit if you are in a solo game. You'll need to walk along the spawn wall here and then crouch underneath the quick revive building, walking all the way to the back. Some people like to farm here, but for the perfect pile-up spot to utilize when going AFK, you want to hop down and crawl through to this pit here. You'll find if you sit in the perfect location, no zombies can touch you and they all stack up directly above you, making for easy kills with the Wonder Weapon's explosive shot. For the perfect spot to sit in, here's a quick clip of the alignment I found to work best. If you don't get the perfect lineup, then occasionally zombies will scatter around the map, which will ruin the AFK portion of this glitch because you won't be able to kill those zombies. But that is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Tons of working glitches for you to utilize, but they won't last long before getting patched out, so get to grinding, goats. If the video helped you out, hit it with a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all BO7 glitch and guide related content. This has been Goated Grand. Thanks for watching. And stay goated, everyone.